going to inspect and inventory this exact pink 2012 Mazda 6. Let's gently trace the slats of the grille. Now the badge, feeling the smooth chrome edges. We are beginning with the front bumper lower lip. Just a few soft taps on the trim here. Now the front corner feels dusty and still sharp, and I want to follow every seam before we open anything. The mirror surface is smooth and the seal is gritty, so I am checking only this outer line right now.
Yes. We're inspecting the rear left quarter panel now, moving slowly across the dusty surface.
The rear handle pocket holds the finest dust, so I am checking it slowly before moving inside. There is a small parking receipt here in the door pocket. This narrow rail area traps lint and grit, and I want to clear it without missing anything small. Okay, looking under the driver's seat now, checking the carpet fibers very carefully. The front mat is holding tiny debris and soft dust, so I am lifting the edges very gently. Okay, tracing the seam here by the knee console. The gold dashboard meets the black carpet. This charging cable is lightly twisted and dusty, but it still feels clean at the connector ends. The vent fins are dry and cool, and the shelf lip holds a fine line of dust that makes every touch sound delicate. There is a small wireless earbuds case here, smooth, matte, and lightly powdered with dust from the tray. The armrest top feels dry and slightly textured, and the seam sounds softer as the lid rises.
The passenger side feels brighter because of the gold dashboard, but the darker carpet still hides the smaller details.
Inside the door pocket now, feeling the soft texture of the carpeting. Finding these insurance papers are folded tight, a little stiff from the dry air, and dusty mostly along the outer corners. Now gently pressing the latch here on the gold dashboard, the compartment opens smoothly. Inside we have the glove box lining is smooth and quiet, and the stacked papers shift with a soft, dry scrape.
There is a compact OBD adapter here, tucked beside the rail, with squared edges and a thin layer of grit on the top.
The underside here is narrow and shadowed, and the smallest pieces collect right at the trim brake. This visor slot is shallow, but thin items can still stay here unnoticed for a long time. We are now inspecting the front passenger seat cap, applying gentle pressure with the gloved finger. This side pocket is narrow and shallow, but it still sounds hollow enough to deserve a slow check. Now reaching deeper into the front seat cap, right beside the buckle stock. The carpet under the mat is darker, softer, and packed with fine dust from repeated use. The visor pocket is thin and quiet, and the roof fabric makes makes every touch feel even softer.
The rear seat looks cleaner at first glance, but the lower spaces are always where the hidden details stay.
Let's examine the door pocket. The red leather feels very soft. Now moving, this buckle gap is tight and deep, and the seat crease beside it can hide very small things. This little notebook has a dry cover, squared corners, and pages that barely separate with the glove.
Here we have the black carpeting. Just running my fingers along the edge of the mat and underneath the seat.
The center seam is firmer than the sides, and the release point feels slightly cooler under the glove. Let's examine the rear center console of this Mazda 6. I'm pressing the latch now. There is a membership card deep in this center recess, flat, clean-edged, and almost invisible against the shadow.
We are now inspecting the rear right seat back pocket.
The right seat seam narrows sharply, so anything flat here can disappear beneath the fold.
This floor area sounds softer because the mat is thicker here, but the rail edge still catches the sharper grit.
The center hump has a narrow seam where dust gathers in a line, and the trim behind it feels slightly hollow. I'm checking the rear vent panel now, running my gloves over the fins. Now inspecting the storage slot. Gently brushing the fibers of the trunk floor mat, tracing the edge of the cargo lid protector.
The cargo opening is quiet, and the lower floor feels rougher than the cabin mats.
There is a warning triangle pouch under this floor layer, fabric covered, flat, and a small USB flash drive is tucked in the left recess, hard-edged, cool to the touch, and almost hidden by the pocket shadow. Now inspecting the right side trunk recess, tapping the felt lining soft and placing this small object now gently lifting the black carpeting here, revealing the tool insert area. Everything seems to be in order. The lower cargo lid feels denser than the mat above it, and the compartment underneath sounds much deeper. This premium sunglasses case is smooth and rigid, with a fine dusty line settled into the hinge side. There is a single key hidden in the inner trunk cavity, small, metallic, and cold against the plastic trim. We are looking at the cargo area of the pink Mazda 6. I'm running my gloves along the upper seal line and the hinges.
Okay, starting with the driver's seat, red leather, very soft. Moving to the center console, gold finish.
The rear seams are quiet now, and this final pass helps confirm that nothing obvious was left behind. We finished a full inspection of this exact pink 2012 Mazda 6, and